Hey, thanks for stopping by the channel. I am going to be showing you how to transplant some plants. Alright, so I own a 25-acre farm, so this is the way I do it. You probably find other ways to do it. There's a lot of people that just direct seed, but we're in Ohio, so it's pretty cold right now. It's March, and getting towards the end of March, and so I've already started some plants indoors, and that way we can get a little bit of a head start and kind of like schedule our crops coming in, so that way like we can plant some cucumbers, some zucchini, some lettuce, stuff like that, get it started now while it's still too cold outside, and then once it's warm enough that we can direct seed, we're going to do that as well. So that way we have like a constant flow of crops coming in, and rather than having it all come in at one time and being like, we got too much, So that's kind of how we do it. So anyways, going to show you how I transplant it from like a little small container from like the seed tray into a little bit bigger container, and then which I'm just using solo cups, but hey, whatever works. And then you can go straight from that to outside. Depending on when you do it, you could probably go straight from the seed tray all the way and just go straight outside. So some of the things that you're going to need, especially if you're going into a different size container, is you're going to need a bigger container than what you already have. So if you're going from a seed tray, I usually go from seed tray to a solo cup or that size container. It just kind of depends on what I have. And then you're going to need soil, and you're going to need to put it in somewhere that has obviously some sunlight, because plants like sunlight. So and then I would recommend having some water. If you have tap water that has a lot of chlorine in it, or like you can smell the chlorine, I would let it sit out overnight, and that way it's also room temperature, because you definitely want it room temperature. That'll help prevent shock of the plants and transplanting those plants. Alright, so I got a little bit of a head start. As you can see, I already got some of the plants out, and some of our seeds were just a little too old and just didn't even germinate, but we're just using what we had. And these are some cucumbers, I believe. Yeah, cucumbers, and I also have some tomatoes and green beans. Yep. So alright, I'm just using some solo cups, and I like to write down whatever it is that I'm transplanting, because after a while you just kind of you might lose track of what you got, especially if you're planting different varieties of cucumbers or beans or whatever, lettuce. So I'm going to go ahead and write down the fact that these are cucumbers, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, so once you have your cup, you're just going to want to, I usually just dump it in the soil bag, right, and get it about 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the way full. Usually I leave about an inch or so gap. Alright, and then just want to kind of press a little divot down there in the middle. That way when we go to pull these guys out, it's got a little spot for them. Alright. So we're just going to lift this up a little bit. I use my finger here to pop, kind of squeeze the bottom, and it usually pops right out. Alright. Now, let's see if I can get up close. You can kind of see some of these roots that have followed the container. So we are just going to kind of tease those up a little bit. The soil is a little dry. Alright. And now I kind of support the plant a little bit with my fingers, and I just grab a little soil out of the bag here and plop it on top. Alright, and we're just gonna put a little bit of pressure on top here sure we get a good amount of soil on top. Alright, so, and it is a little messy, but that's alright. So we're just going to press down on top here. Not pressing too hard, just kind of firm up that soil a little bit. And usually I'll kind of try to push the soil to kind of train the plant to kind of sit up a little more. So I'm going to grab just a little more soil. And there we go. Alright, so you're just going to give it a little water. You don't need to give it a whole lot because that soil is already pretty moist. Alright, and that is about it. The only thing is, we didn't punch any holes in the bottom. I don't do it because I'm pretty good about not over watering the plants, but if you're unsure, just go ahead and take a pencil or a pen or a knife and just poke a couple holes in the bottom, and if you overfill it, it'll drain out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it that thumbs up, share it, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Take care.